So, the audio for this got corrupted pretty badly, so time to do some re-recording. So, last time, I don't even remember what I was talking about. But, oh, have you ever wanted to see something ridiculous? Get ready for this, because, remember how last time it was just that one minigame? Guess what? You don't see it at first, but listen. Alright, listen, as soon as I kill this first dude, it's gonna be Mr. 3 spawning in, and I'm like, well, I'm out. Because this nerd's still back, that dog, that Dashund, that hurts my heart. You ready for some nonsense? Because this is what we call a stun lock, where you literally can't do anything. And it hurts my heart just thinking about it. I think about this point in the game was where I was just shouting about how I didn't like the unfairness of it. I don't even remember if there was a bonus to this, but I honestly just said it wasn't worth it, and I skipped it. Oh man, just head straight for the biggest cloud. That's all I gotta do.
Hold it right there! I knew it, the nose knows. Howdy, Zolo. I've been looking for you. All of you. I want my revenge. Where's that straw hat?
So Buggy's still a bit overleveled for me to use him on most fights, so for this I just went with Kuro.
Oh, that was a spoiler. Oh, I'm sorry. But I'd totally go for Kuro after this.
Yeah, so I tried out with Arlong. I feel like I'm giving a synopsis more than anything else. But I did try... Oh, maybe I didn't. Maybe I'm totally a nerd and forgot about the fact that you can stunlock Zolo, and Pearl is great for that because he'll just set him on fire. Look at this combo going on. I'm totally unsure. I'm sure that's the correct phrasing for that. But I really don't know whether or not my water attacks put him out, or if that just happened to happen at the same time. And with that grab attack doing that much damage, that's when I realized I needed to put more defense on Arlong. Because that's some nonsense right there. 1/3 of my damage? Get out of here. No thanks. Oh, the thing was that you have to finish with a super for the bonus, so that's when I come back with Kuro. Because I remember that he had by any means. Don't ask me, I'm looking for him too. See you around.
Rats! He got away. But we know they're here. Let's go find him, men. Shake a tail feather.
I actually like the way that I performed that one better than the way that I performed it in my original recording. I got a piece of advice from somebody when I was auditioning for a voice acting project, and they said that my auditions really sounded like I was just reading off the script. I didn't have the character there. So I asked one of my acting friends, and she told me to find myself in the character. So I've been trying to do that and kind of imagine what they're feeling at the time more than I have in the past. That's a bit of the reason why I've been kind of absent recently. Aside from the time constraints with a lot of projects overlapping and stuff, but yeah, no, so I've been just trying to refine myself, because even though Phoenix Wright is not like supposed to be a big like official dub or anything of the game, not official but like well put together, I do want it to actually sound at the very least, you know, somewhat reasonable for each of the characters' lines, so I've been trying to... I'm not going to be redoing every line, just lines... I'm going to probably stay away from doing a lot of commentary, and going to be sticking more towards... The only changes I'm going to make are going to be ones where I just go back and redo lines that I stuttered on or something. And I might, even though, like, obviously it's gonna be clear whenever I make edits there, I might just go ahead and start editing it like I have for this one, because with this one, what I did was I cut out every failed recording of this fight and other fights. I've only done... I only ever do the first one, and then if I fail, I'll just skip to the winning fight. So, I'm gonna try to skip out any of the unnecessary parts of Phoenix Wright, where I'm just honestly not doing anything that doesn't relate to the plot, or that you don't have to do in order to advance.
Straw Hat! I finally found you. I don't know what I was saying here, I'm sorry. It's a really awkward pause.
Execution time!
So yeah, Pearl seems to be a good way to go if you're trying to stun lock somebody. And I chose Buggy because Luffy was level 5. Buggy, you really bug me. Now stop following me.
I'll get you for blowing me away. Nobody does that to Buggy.
Luffy, you've grown.
Final battle! Fight!
Oh yeah, so there you saw a bit of Quick Escape, which is your AAX, if I remember right. And it is actually a really good way to kind of avoid the enemy. And that was some nonsense right there. He was totally over the ocean, and then he just kind of teleported to the head. That's what I'm going to say until the end of time, at least. Oh, it's AXX. That's what it must be. Oh, and right there, he tried to do his special with me. And, how about no thanks? How about none of that in my life, because that would be some nonsense. Oh yeah, I was trying to see how much my index at the same time was doing, but he just kept attacking me before it got executed, and so I just went ahead and beat him. Yeah, so knocking him out is really pretty easy. Yeah, it's going to be one that you do with Buggy. And I said from here on I'm going to be trying to mix attack, like do two or three more attack than HP and defense.
Ha! He got far away. Come on, let's track him down. Let's finish him off once and for all.
And I think I decided, I said I had 3 options. I wasn't going to do the mini game again.
Hey, are you clowns?
And so I just decided to go with the weakest one, which was Chopper, because I can't remember if Trace has a, I feel bad for saying Trace when it's Ace. I wonder if Ace has a, I can't remember if he has, this is like the 5th time I've said it.
We know who you are. You're the ship doctor, Chopper. You're part of the Straw Hats crew. Too bad, but we'll cut you into pieces. You can blame your captain for that. Pirates!
Final battle! Fight!
I can't remember if Ace has a special condition, and I mean a special victory condition. So I just want you to watch the damage here. That poison mixed with those rapid attacks did half my damage. Are you kidding me? That's Narbars. Narbars, I say. I think one of the things that I really don't like about this game is the repetitive voice clips that come with each attack. They always seem to just... Oh yeah, this poison though. This poison though. Do you see this? I'm so close to beating him. And this poison... So I'm like, Chew, you better kill him. I'm gonna hurt somebody if you don't. He has no health. Thank you. That was some clench right there. Oh yeah, and so support character anyway, so it's good that I had to run away for that. Oh yeah, so like I said, I invested a bit in defense because I was like, how about not? Hey, gotta get out of here. I'm really not sure why it links around to Ace like that. I guess just to save time between, like, to get there. Oh yeah, and finishing attack is a secret attack and he's a level 20. Are you joking me right now? How about no thanks? Stay alive till time's up. Do it. I'm Mr. Zero. Crocodile to you. So you're the ridiculous buggy pirates. I don't know why I did it so soft for him. He's supposed to have a... His voice is supposed to be more rough, but oh well. You can't change it now. You can, but I'm not going to. You all look like clowns. Clowns or not, I'll claim your heads. That's what I do. Clearly it's going to take multiple takes for me to get better at my acting, but you know, one step at a time, right? I'm gonna be taking an acting class next semester. Oh, do you want to see the second most unfair fight in the game? Answer, it's this. Because what? These two, mixed with his long-range attacks. Just take a look at how much Mr. 1 does. If he does end up being the one who hits me some more. Because, boy howdy, in some of those multiple cutout takes, man, he just... Oh, there it is. So, he does like 1/10 of my health each hit. And he's so hard to avoid. And even attempting to attack him, you're gonna get attacked by one of the other two, so don't even try it, son. Yeah. So, it's just a bunch of BS. And over the course of the whole thing, I realized that you have to take them out. Mr. 1 being the most important one to take out. And then, Miss Doublefinger is just kind of optional. Yeah, no, still, I hate that. I was trying to do Chop Chop Festival there because it does have that, oh yeah, and real fast while I was saying that, Miss Doublefinger there got taken out, so that was one of the big ones that I had to take out. But again, Mr. 1 does so much more damage. Like, even Crocodile does not do as much damage as this guy. So, once you have him out of the way, though, it's just like run around in circles, double jump, stun lock, or lock him onto dashing on that. Sure thing. Like, honestly, that's really just how the rest of the fight goes. And if you may have saw, his dagger does bounce off walls, which is pretty cool. And he's trying to get in closer to do some of those more close range attacks, but I got lucky and found a shoe. So, shoes are pretty great. So it's just a bunch of this. And, man, I just don't like these stay alive ones, where like they take no damage and they have some nonsense going on with them. And so he's getting really desperate now, and he does a sand bomb, which does a bunch of damage, so glad I got out of the way. I got a health just for safety. And just as a bit of victory, I went in for the hits. It was pretty fun. Yeah, so surviving was the only thing there. I just did Buggy because he has a good attack, and he has some defense too. I hear you're looking for the Straw Hats. Try heading for Alabaster. You can beat each other up. What a bunch of fools. Pirates battling pirates.
Wow, he's a big guy. Big, big, big. One of the 7 warlords of the sea. The big crocodile. But so what? Now I know where the Straw Hat is. Let's go get him, men.
And so, yeah, there was nothing left on that map that I wanted to do.
We made it to Alabaster. It's a desert. I've never seen such a sand pile. But who cares? All I want is Straw Hat. He's on his way, and we'll get him.
Yeah, so knocking out Mihawk, this nonsense with these level 20s, get out of here! I don't want it! Maybe I wanted just a good fun fight, one with more than 50% HP. Sure. It's gonna be a lot more fun than that fight, right? So, as you know, Paul, the minigame guy, the HP and defense guy, and also something that I've totally not noticed, or perhaps I did notice it 2 years ago when I started this thing. Remember when I used to update frequently? Ha, get out of here, lol. But it shows how many people you've killed on the bottom, so it's just kind of a good measure. And also you eat up those ranged attacks when you're in that role. And it's a good thing if you have people in front of him, because two things. One, he seems to be on a timer, so even if he's not facing you, he can shoot like that. And then it's also a good thing to have somebody in front of him to absorb the bullet. Wait, hold on, what even happened there? I don't think that guy was in the way of the bullet, but he still got hit. But I guess that kind of proves my claim. I said that it's a good thing to have somebody in front of the shooter types, because there is friendly fire here with the shooters, which is super nice. And here I started to get really worried, not only about time, but about my HP. So I just decided to go with the tank. And luckily, I got it. That extra explosion, though. I did end up getting out of it with more than 50% HP, which, mwah, so glad that happened. And we're getting some really good experience around here. I'm not sure if they wanted me to grind, but I'm getting 2 levels per. So, I think it's a good thing that I've cut out Dawn Krieg just altogether.
This is a nightmare. This place is crawling with the Navy. Can't even chase down Straw Hat.
So, this next town over, which I just have to use the C stick to get over to, just Yuba, empty, great. So, Mihawk, 100% unskippable, so, ready for this?
My name is Mihawk.
I have some time to kill. Maybe I'll round up some pirates. I actually have kind of a funny story with Spanish accents. So, what I was doing in one of my theater classes was that we were reading an old play. Oh yeah, totally, just for the bounty. I am the world's greatest swordsman. Hawkeye, it's been a while. Let's go at it around. Even though it's Buggy fighting right now, so you know. Oh yeah, and these things spawn right where you're standing, so thanks. And I don't think you can hit them, so it's just a wreck fest over here. And it's not even a survive until time up. It's like, hey, knock him out and stuff, you know? But anyway, theater class. We were reading some play. I totally can't remember what it is. But we were learning about different types of theater, and so it was the main two people who would actually read stuff, even in this theater class, because it was kind of a blow-off class for a lot of people. The main thing about this theater class was that, not the main thing, what am I saying? What am I doing with my life? So me and one of my friends were the main two that would actually, like, read, so we got some of the, oh yeah, real fast. That's not even me skipping, that's actually how it starts. It just stays on just for the bounty. There's no other lines there. Great. This is the most glitched. So, yeah, that's how that works. And so we were doing the two main characters, and we just did Spanish accents, and it was the most fun thing. Like, there was nothing about doing Spanish accents that I didn't enjoy. Because not only was this play written like a soap opera, like a Spanish soap opera, which was already fantastic, but we also had the pleasure of being able to do Spanish accents because we were both students who had taken some Spanish. Did you see that nonsense there, though? What even was that? Just that. Get out of here. I don't want to hear it.
Not done yet.
I'm just gonna let this one sink in as it goes. Even though, totally failed.
I'm in a good mood today.
But the good thing about that is, not only did a bunch of coins drop, so I could just go for it immediately again, but that damage bonus actually has an effect, on how much I do with this, I'm pretty sure. Because it might just be the HP that I did, but I am on the burning yellow, or burning red circle. And failed again.
Good mood today.
And so, you might be skeptical like, I don't know about that. I mean, you did lose some health. Well, I barely lost any more health there, and now I'm got the really burning. And so I think this time, I think I might have done technique. I don't remember. But no, it was strength. And so I did get the absolute best add-on damage, which is so cool. So I'm just gonna let this one happen.
Okay, party.
Party indeed, Shanks. Party indeed. See, that took a lot of attempts and it was not fun. But we did get Hachi, Arlong's 8-armed swordsman. Or was it 6 arms? I think it is 6 arms because he has 8 limbs total and he has 2 legs. And so here we got a battle that I assumed was going to be, because it said jump low, I was like, okay, it's the Kung Fu Jugons. And it took me way too long to think of the name Kung Fu Jugon. That was a good time. I remember when that happened. But no, it's just more Navy people. So many Navy things. I didn't even know I was buggy here and not with Paul. I'm honestly not sure. Maybe it's just because I wanted to get more attack in, but why didn't I use somebody else who was lower leveled? Oh, you know what? I know what it is. I wanted to do some leveling so that I could get my secret attack, or whatever it's called. That's the thing. But if I didn't already finish up what I was saying about my theater class, it's that the other dude who was reading had also been doing Spanish for a while, so we both knew the accent pretty well, even if I totally don't sound it, which I don't know. I've only ever heard the Spanish accents from teachers and recordings that we've heard in class, so I might be totally off, but hey, I'm just repeating what I know, and that's what the education system is all about. Hashtag social whatever it's called. That's definitely what I meant to say there. Seriously, I have no idea what I was trying to say there. Something statement. Sure, that's the one. Oh yeah, and that clutch time stretch though. Dodge the bullet. Get it in. 2 seconds exactly. How cool is that? You can leave a like. This is the part where like YouTubers leave the annotation on screen that says, "Do a like for the leg throw for the win," right, Lil? So that's gonna be me. Wait, hold on. That's just a repeated line. That's just a repeated line, isn't it? I didn't even notice that. Or maybe it's like slightly different, but whoa. Oh yeah, so this is the part where I was like, okay, now I can go back and do this one. I wanted to do the secret attack with somebody who, you know, wasn't Shanks. So, you know, why not Ace?